Evening, you lot. How you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here, also known as Mag. Welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat, where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. How is everyone this evening? A number of you are already here, keen to be here. Gilfly, good evening. Good to see you over on Twitch. Flame, also on Twitch. Hello, how you doing, buddy? Over on YouTube, Danker, good evening. And Mr. Johnson, he says, it's that time of the week again. Indeed it is. Hello, Michael. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Always good to see you. One of our guests that we had on, blimey, what was it? Early in the year, wasn't it? I hope it's not been longer than a year, because if it has, that's crazy. Because it feels like it was only a few weeks ago that you're on, but I know it was probably like months ago. Hope you're well, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome on in. We've got another jam-packed show. It's been a long time. It probably has. To me, it only feels like a couple of weeks, buddy. That's how it is. That's how it is with these shows. We've got so much to do. But great to see all of you in chat. Welcome on in. As I say, we are live on Twitch and on YouTube. And fingers crossed, at some point, we will also be going live on TikTok simultaneously. So we'll be on the free platforms all at the same time. I'm just working on that bit because it's a little bit more complicated running it on this show like that. Same here, honestly. Bless you. Bless you. So, obviously, as always, I've been absolutely run ragged and crazy, so I haven't got to play many games. But hopefully someone who has managed to play a number of games is my co-host, who knows the most. It's the one, it's the only, it's Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Evening, everyone in chat. Hope you're all doing good.
There you go. Your fan club is already in because you got the woo, Dave. Woo, Dave.
At least it keeps it even.
Yeah, it's 50-50. You're doing all right. There you go. But you got your percentage is higher on YouTube. So there you go. Iquel, good evening. There you go. He's doing the old Dave as well. Show your appreciation for Dave. Exclamation Dave in chat. How you been? What you been up to?
Just the usual stuff. Busy stuff with the family. Busy with work. So I ended up working quite a bit the weekend, but overtime's good. Got credit card bills to pay off, so can't complain with that. But managed to play a little bit of game, not a huge amount. So whilst I haven't played games, I have played game. So I've just been focusing on Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, nice.
I think I said last week I was playing the Ground Zeroes prologue part.
Yes.
I finished the mission in that and did a couple of the side ops in it. So I thought I'll move on to the main game. So started playing through that, and I don't know, 6 chapters into it so far. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I can't recall why I stopped playing it way back when it originally came out. So I didn't get very far originally. So I just started from scratch. I could not remember what had happened at all. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's got some quite cool places. You got like stealth into and infiltrate, and the stealth is kind of going all right. Yeah, my usual tactics is stay quiet for a bit, then get spotted, then all the hell breaks loose. And but at least with this game, you can't let you improvise on the fly. So even if it does go badly, you can just shoot your way out, get to your objectives, and still carry on. So it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Good game.
Dank was saying, obviously, with the Metal Gear Solid remake, he says, have you had an opportunity to try the monkey mode yet? I have. I don't know if Dave has. I've quite enjoyed.
I didn't bother. Was it good? I never tried it.
Running around shooting apes out of trees. Not real ones, obviously. Apes from Ape Escape. I don't know what the Xbox version is, though. If anyone could tell me. Is it Bomberman?
Bomberman.
Okay. So it's Bomberman on the Xbox, but Ape Escape on PlayStation. Oh, okay, interesting. I quite enjoyed it. I don't believe this 1 second. Mag has to work hard to pay off Big Jesse's credit card bill. Something about blackmail with dodgy pitches involving a ferret, maple syrup, and a feather duster.
Sounds true to me.
I mean, it sounds like a standard weekend.
Can't make that sort of stuff up.
Well, I wouldn't say that's blackmail. It's pretty standard. There's no fuss there. But there you go. Evening, Jesse. Hope you're well, mate. Fancy seeing you, especially when we had a meeting at 8 o'clock this evening. So good to see you. Plans are afoot. Oh, it was just a rumor. How would I be able to black him over that? Yeah, stranger things have happened to me. So there you go. I have been playing a little bit. Again, I've not had a lot of time because I've been here and there all over the country, like obviously doing tour dates and crazy shit like that. But I've been playing more of the Shinobi game, and I'm literally down to like last 2 levels. But before I get to the very last level, I want 100% it's one of those games that you really want 100% it because you keep getting these new abilities, so it makes you want to go back and play.
Oh, that's good. It incentivizes you.
And then you can jump where you don't have to go through the whole level. You can just jump to a little bit where you want to go and then do it and then hop out and go back to the next level. So I like that. So I've been playing that. And then people were watching me play Chronos The New Dawn last night, which I didn't know how I felt about it because it felt ridiculously tough, especially for someone bad at games.
I've heard a few reviewers say that, but I think the more you play it, you'll power up and you will find it a bit better.
It feels like it's getting easier because I've come up to a couple of big boss battles and I've managed to meander my way. But literally the first enemy encounter died like 5 times on the one normal enemy. And I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this. But no, I actually really like it and stuff that I've been playing it today because my van went off to get serviced and whatever. So sitting around all day playing that. And there's time travel elements stuff in it as well, which I didn't show on stream last night, and some other bits where you actually do interact with actual human beings in it. So I was like, oh, okay, this is getting even more interesting. So the more I'm playing it, the more I'm liking it. So that's a good thing because after last night's stream, I was like, oh, I was really hyped for this. I'm not sure if I'm going to like this, but I'm enjoying it. So we'll see how we go. And then, yeah, and then we'll see how we go with that tomorrow.
Borderlands.
Yeah, kept that back. Obviously, I'm about 2 weeks behind everyone else on games, but it's fine. It's fine, we'll catch up.
Matter.
I know.
Play it whenever. It'll still be good.
It'll happen. Still be 2 weeks because we're going on next week's show. We're going to talk about Silent Hill F and Sonic, the new Sonic racing game, which obviously come out this week, and then it'll be the week after that I actually play them on stream. So that I might catch up. We'll see. Anyway, folks, loads of talks about this, about how to be blackmailed, about the fact that I don't think that thing in the toilet that one time near Christmas was worse, Jesse. I don't think that was. There you go. Dank says, not as many jump scares as we thought in the game. No, I've not really been jump scared at all in that game, which is odd considering it's a horror game. I'm waiting for it, but it was like The Medium. The Medium, there was only one jump scare in the whole game with The Medium, which is another Bloober Team game, which was weird for a horror game. So, yeah, I think I jumped a lot more in Silent Hill 2 Remake. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it scares me or not. I'll let you know next week. Remember when TNGC was about games and not Jesse and I trying to get Mag arrested? Yeah, those were the good old days.
Oh, yeah.
Remember them.
Distant memory.
Yeah. Like a lot of things. There you go. Anyway, we'll stop waffling on about absolute bollocks and let's bring on our wonderful guest.
Yeah.
She has, it's her first time on the show, so it's another first timer. Bless her. She's quite nervous because she wrote a lovely tweet saying, I am not qualified to be on the show or talking about this. And I was like, well, what you think we are? You think we're qualified to do this?
Yeah, every week.
Yeah, every week. We haven't got a clue what we've been doing, and we've been blagging this for nearly 5 years. Our anniversary next month, by the way, people. There you go. Let's stop talking shit. I like this. Let's stop talking shit. The guest is too good for our nonsense. True. She is. She's wonderful. She's an awesome streamer. We love her to bits. We see her at lots of events. I had a wonderful chat with her when she was at Timers. Please welcome the wonderful Em3012. Hello, Em.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Very, very kind words, I have to say there. Absolutely not qualified, but very excited to be here.
Okay. Mark says, oh, she's all right. Yeah, all right.
I'm lucky if Michael even remembers who I am half the time, to be honest.
There you go. Woo, woo, woo. Woo. Gem rules. There you go. So for anyone who might not know who you are, please do tell us what sort of content you do and who you are.
Yeah, so I'm a variety streamer from the north of England. I do not play games very well, but I try and have a good time whilst I play them. At the moment, playing a whole mixture of things. I'm actually streaming OG Borderlands because I've not got Borderlands 4 yet.
Nice.
I'm playing a few different cozy games like Tiny Bookshop and Town City. And yeah, usually there's a bit of like horror or multiplayer mixed in there as well. So like a proper variety of just playing what I want when I kind of fancy it, pretty much.
That's great. We talked about Tiny Bookshop a couple of weeks ago on the show. It got really good reviews. So it's really, And
it's absolutely taken over my soul. Like, to be honest, I think it is one of the even up there with like Stardew Valley, which I know is very like high praise, but
Ooh, yeah,
I think it is one of the greatest cozy games of all time.
I'm glad we covered that. It was one of them. It kept popping up, and I was like, "Are we going to cover it? Or are we not? We're going to cover it." And I'm glad we did, because people have tried it and they've loved it, and it's always good. We had someone actually who, funny enough, watched back one of the YouTubes from a couple of weeks ago, and said they tried the Destiny mobile game, and they were like, can't stop playing it because it's so good. And they were like, they said we wouldn't even know if it existed because, like, if they hadn't watched the show. And I was like, that's really cool that people are trying stuff out that we show, because we randomly, it's not like we are told what to show. We don't have companies say you must talk about a game. I formulate a list and I go to Dave, here's 16 games, pick 8 of them randomly, and he picks, and we just go for it. There you go. We've got a couple of comments as well. Emmy's already more qualified to present the show than Matt. I might be able to take some holiday. Michael's like, wow, did we have to go there? But clearly, when you mention North, he says, North as me. And he says, North, I guess, is past the M4 for Jesse. Lisa's here. Hello, Lisa. Hi, she says.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Danka said, I can highly praise Discounty Wellington right now. Yeah, again, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. UK Gaming Network, hello. Who's our guest on the show next week? Discounty is good and all, but it's a little too similar to my actual work. Yeah, it's like people who do like bus driving simulator, and it turns out their occupation is bus driver. That's a bit boring, isn't it?
Or HGV drivers who just play Euro Truck Simulator when they're at home. I don't understand it.
Yeah, you think they'd want a break? Something different.
Yeah.
You know what I desperately need to do after 18 hours of driving? A little bit more driving.
Yeah, just to settle in for the night. I can't remember the last time I listened to Mag enough to play a game he recommends. Cheers for that. So maybe not 100% of our audience go by on our recommendations. Mag, one thing, you forgot to populate the links for the guest. Oh, cheers. I knew there was something. I jumped on Discord and then I put the live thing on the upload. Thank you, Dave. So tell us what you're going to be streaming. When are you on next? What are you going to be streaming? While that's happening, Dave is going to drop your links into chat. Everyone can follow you.
So I'm streaming OG Borderlands quite regularly at the moment, so that'll be at least once a week, but we are live tomorrow and Thursday trying some newer games. So we're going to be trying Gloomy Eyes this week. Yeah, which I'm really looking forward to. I think that'll be really fun.
So really funny, because I'd not heard of that, and then Chaotic was playing it last night.
Playing it last night,
and she was talking about it, and I said I'd not heard it, and then ironically it turned up in a newsletter thing I got, and now you're playing it. I'm like, okay, so it's so random that this happens.
I think it's a bit like Tiny Bookshop, though, where there's not really much about it prior to its release, and then quite a lot of people seem to play it at the same time. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this huge game that people are all of a sudden aware of, because I hadn't heard of it 3 weeks ago. It's only this week that it's kind of popped up. And
it came out, was it a week ago or more?
Yeah.
So I saw that. So like the 12th or something, I thought I saw a release date on it for. So yeah, it's nuts. There we go. We've got some form of influence on this show, which is good. And then some we haven't got a clue because we totally missed the game. But there you go. Okay, shall we crack on with the show?
Yeah, let's get to it, mate.
All right, well, let's go, because this is our 235th show. Woo! We've got 8 new games for you this week, including the Assassin's Creed Shadows new DLC, which is Claws of Argia. And also, we have got Dying Light the Beast, which is not, it's kind of a sequel, but it's also not a sequel, but it's not a DLC, and we'll explain that in a bit. Plus, we're going to be talking about what Metal Gear game would you like to see remade next, because Konami are actually asking you, and our Uncle Randy's at it again, bless him. We'll be talking about what Randy Pitchfords has been up to since the last lot of tweets he sent out last week. So there you go. All that and more coming up in tonight's show. And we're going to get kicking off with a cool little indie game. Again, this is one that I've seen mentioned over a couple of weeks. I keep getting press releases for and stuff. So I'm very I'm very intrigued to see this. I might stream this, I might not. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But this came out last Tuesday on PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And this is called Henry Halfhead. Let's have a look at this.
Welcome. This is Henry. If Henry's anything, they're, well, everything. And that's how Henry lives everyday life. Henry grows up being a curious explorer and loves playing with everything around them. The world is Henry's playground. As Henry grows older, they learn about responsibilities and that life is not only fun and games. Or is it? Help Henry be curious and playful again. And find joy in the simple things in life. Grow old with Henry. Double the Henry, double the fun. Play Henry's not so ordinary everyday life in co-op mode. Henry Halfhead. Out now.
There you go. That's Henry Halfhead, which came out last Tuesday on PC, PS5, and Switch. I'm very intrigued about this because, as I say, I've been getting emails for like the last 2 months about this, so I'm tempted to give it a try, and it's finally out. So, Dave, tell us what being a half-head involves in this game.
Well, in this one, you have to help him through his like everyday life because he is just half a head, but he has the ability to possess all these sort of objects around him. So you can see in the trailer, you could inhabit the chair, so move it close to the table, to then get an apple up there to prepare your little snack and then eat that. So you've got like lots of fun little puzzles in the environment to just go around and solve. So it looks like quite a cool sort of whimsical puzzle game that I like the look of. Nice sort of graphical style too. It's simple but cool. Looks like it fits in really well. And I like the way you've got the option for co-op as well. To get a friend in, just have fun trying to solve these puzzles. Each you can inhabit different objects to try and solve a puzzle. Looks pretty good. Definitely on my radar. What I hadn't really heard of either. So again, it came up in the list and I looked it up and thought, good looking puzzle game. Definitely one I'd give a go.
Yeah, I think it looks. I'm very tempted. We'll see if we can cram this in for October's schedule. Maybe we'll see. There's a lot going on. Gilfly, welcome back. He says, right, I'm back. Tea eaten, washing up done. Nice. Sit back and relax and watch the show then. Amanda, good evening. Oh, you're here over in California. Hope you're doing well, lovely. Em, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it either until you sent the list through, and I love silly little video games, and this seems just like a silly little video game, a video game that does not take itself too seriously. I actually didn't watch the trailer before, so the fact that it's got co-op now has me additionally intrigued. But a bit of silliness and a bit of fun, like I think I will definitely be giving it a go. I can't see it being particularly long. But yeah, I think it looks great. Just a bit of silliness. Why not?
What people need in it. Not so serious. We've got quite a few serious games tonight, so it's a nice one to start off with.
Fun.
Yeah. Debbie, hello. She says, lurking while existing. Have a good stream, darling. Thank you so much, Debbie. Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay. So, for those who don't know or have not seen the show before, we don't technically review the scores because, we can make this joke that we're all totally unqualified to do so, to review the games. It's probably not true. We could probably do a better job than some reviewers after seeing some scores for certain games recently. But I scour the internet and find lots of different reviews and basically turn it into an average score. You can have halves and whole numbers. As I say, it's a bit of fun. So don't go off at me if you don't like the score that's given, because I don't give a fucking shit. But, you may agree with it, you may not. It's a bit of fun. There you go. Dave Johnson says, I've never seen this show before on YouTube. Correct. There you go. So we've already got one score already. Dank has come slapping in here with a 7.5. So there we go. As we always say, is the safe bet of scores on this show. Chat, get your scores in now, and you will get a shout out if you get it right. Dave,
I'm thinking 8 for this one.
Going for an 8. Okay, going nice and high. Flame is also going for the safe 7.5. Michael.
There's always one.
There's always one. You know what he's going for. I'm gonna
round him up.
I'm going to round him up to 7, but we'll just keep that on screen just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Amanda's saying an 8. Oh, so Amanda agrees with you, Dave. So does Guildfly. Go for 8. iQual says 7. Mark says, and it's always me. Yes. Em, what do you reckon? This
I think an 8 as well. I think reviewers won't be expecting too much from it, so I think it has quite a low bar in that category.
Okay.
But I think it looks really fun, so I'm going to guess 8.
Going for an 8. Okay, folks. UK Gaming Network says 7.5 as well. So it seems 7.5s, 8s mainly. We'll see. So, all right, folks. Last chance. This is Henry Halfhead, which came out last Tuesday on PC, PS5, and Switch. And Danka said it's literally like £8 something. So it's next to nothing, which is great. So that's a cheap game if you fancy trying it out. And if there are no more scores in chat, I can tell you that there's going to be quite a few shout outs in the chat. But the question is, which one's it going to be for? Lisa's going. Oh, Lisa just snuck in there with a 6.5. Just in time. Thank you, Lisa. But I can tell you that this did get a 7.5 out of 10 on average, which is decent. So Lisa was like, sorry, I was in a game. No, it's fine. You got it. You're fine. You're good. So well done to Flame. Let's go back to this. Here we go. Well done to UK Gaming Network. Well done to Flame. Dave Johnson got it right as well. And well done to Danka. Dave's going to be like, bloody hell, got one right. I didn't wait until we announced the score this week. So well done to the 4 of you for getting that right. Links are being shout out now. So there you go. I know. That's exactly what I said. You didn't even cheat. Well done, Dave. Well done. There you go. Moving on to our next game. Now, this obviously was a game that we've talked about quite a lot. But this is the first official DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's the first proper story DLC that's come out. This also came out on Tuesday, but the reviews kind of dropped as we were doing last week's show, hence why we didn't get to talk about it last week. But this is out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and this is called The Claws of Algier. So let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Heed my call, my esteemed friends, as I recount the epic story of Awaji Island and the greedy shinobi who visited its shores. Like an Onryo, she stalked the land, and darkness followed in her wake. And so, the treacherous shinobi was locked away forevermore.
The shinobi, could she be my mother? If Tsuyu is here, I hope I'm not too late. Tell me where the shinobi is or I will take your head. Naue. My Naue. I'm here to save you.
A long-lost daughter, desperate to earn her mother's love, no matter the risk. I don't think so.
Before the Sanzoku Ippa, Awaji was a paradise. But everything changed. Their hold on Awaji is a death grip, nothing less. On this island, you are no longer the hunters. You are the hunted.
This was all a trap to lure me here.
More of them are coming. You live up to your legend, which is why I brought an army.
I am Fujibayashi Naue, daughter of Tsuyu. And I am not done yet.
There you go, folks. That is Claws of Awaji, which is the brand new DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which came out last Tuesday. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one, please.
Yeah, so a bit like Ghost of Tsushima's expansion, this one is also taking place on like a separate island. And this one sounds like it's a bit of an epilogue to like the events and story of the main gang. It's picking up quite a few of the plot threads from that, like with Naoi's mother that you can see there. Looks like it's pretty much more of the same. So I suppose whether you'll like it depends on how much you enjoyed the base game. If you still playing it, can't get enough of it, then yeah, you're probably going to enjoy this. Because this is going to be more places to infiltrate, a few new weapons and moves and stuff like that, new bits of equipment. Otherwise, it's a case of there's new villains on the island who are running things. You can do some things in missions like wear their defenses down before you go and take them on, or you can just go straight to them and try them at their hardest settings. So similar to the base game, kind of lets you decide how you're going to approach things. Yeah, and it looks all right. Graphically, it looks pretty good. But then the base game did. This just looks more of the same, really.
I know there's been comments that if you try and do this DLC and you haven't really finished the main game, you may struggle. There has been comments to that because apparently it's like the enemies in it are at quite a high level, so it's not something you can jump in. Also, it would give horrendous spoilers, as you say, because with certain stuff. So it's a sort of DLC.
Leave it till the end.
Yeah, it's a DLC that you should play once you finish the main game, ideally. Gilfly says he's got this, he's downloaded, but he's hammering his way through the game so that he can finally play this. Have you played the most recent Assassin's Creed Shadows, or what was the last one you played?
The last one I played was really, really far back. The last one I played was 3.
Oh wow, okay.
3 upset me enough that I never returned to the franchise. However, Shadows has been the only one that I've actually gone, oh, I actually need to get back involved. However, I do think it's really interesting watching that trailer. Like you said, Dave, it just looks like more of the same. Which it depends what you want from a DLC, really. Most of the time, that's what the game is. It's an additional story bit. I like that it's picking up threads from the actual game itself, but I don't know, it's difficult without you seeing any gameplay in a trailer to kind of know exactly what you'd be getting into for it.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. I've not finished Shadows yet. I really want to try and finish it before we have to do our 15 games of the year, because otherwise it's
just time, isn't it? Because they're not exactly short. They give you plenty of shit to do in those games.
No, it's so lengthy, it's insane. But we'll have to say, yeah, it's funny because Ubisoft have sent me this DLC and I've just done nothing with it. Because I'm like, I can't fit it in. I haven't finished the main game. What do you expect me to do? So I don't know. I might visit it in a couple of months' time. I don't know. It's one of them. I got it all sent through, and I turned around to Dave and I was like, I've had all these emails from Ubisoft. There's fuck all I can do with them. So just sorry. Dave's like, give me the DLC. Can't. It's on Xbox and the game. You can't. I've got it on the Xbox. They sent it me on Xbox. You ain't got an Xbox. You've got a PlayStation, Dave. There you go. And he's going to be like, drat. There you go. Anyway. So a couple of people already dropped scores. Give me an Xbox. No, Dave. Behave. You only just got a PlayStation 5. Danker says 7 out of 10. iQuail 7 out of 10. Flame 7 out of 10. Dave Johnson 7 out of 10. Do you see?
Passing immersion here.
Yeah, there we go. Emma, I'll start with you. What do you think this will be?
I didn't want to give anything a 7 out of 10 because I was like, it's just middle, isn't it? However, it is very firmly a 7 out of 10 looking thing to me. I've got to agree with chat. It looks like 7.
Okay, so go for a 7. Some other people in chat are breaking away. Oh, thank God, Michael. 8 out of 10. Lisa, oh, thank God, 7.5. UK Gaming Network, 7.5. Oh, thank God, some people, different scores. 7 isn't bad. No, 7 isn't a bad score, though. But a lot of people do go, oh, 7, that must mean it's rubbish. Oh, special guest this evening.
Yeah, she was supposed to be in the kitchen for today. This is Leia.
Hey, Leia. Bye, Leia. No, go on. Going to turn around? Oh, I thought we almost were going to get ahead. Hey.
A little tongue out as well.
There you go. Michael said I would have gone 6.9 out of 10 again, but you would have rounded it to a 7. Yes, I would. There you go. She's adorable. There we go. W1784, thank you so much for the follow. Leia stole someone's stream. Yes.
She tends to do it with mine quite frequently.
There you go.
We're supposed to be away tonight.
New special guest. I'll have to change this. Same Tuesday night gaming chat with guest Em3012ttv. And later, I'll have to change that. Dave, what do you reckon this got? Score?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Middle of the road 7.
Middle of the road 7.
I will join the majority in 7.
Okay. So everyone's pretty much saying it. Well, some people are saying the same, but there we go. Dave says I'm going to change the title. Feel free, Dave, if you want. Add layer on it. Then. There we go. Yes, we can. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We'll do the score. We'll do the scores, and then Em will take layer out, so Em can have a bit of camera time, and then we'll start discussing new stuff. So, folks, last chance to get your scores in. This is Assassin's Creed Shadows, Claws of Awaji. I can't pronounce it properly. They pronounce it better on the thing.
Awaji, I think.
Awaji. Yeah.
Awaji.
Awaji. Yeah, Wedgie, even. Came out last Tuesday on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. And let's have a look. Claws of Orgy. I mean, it could be that as well. Go well with a 69 score, wouldn't it? I can tell you, if there's no more scores in the chat, this did get a 7 out of 10. There are some people that gave it lower scores, but more than often it was scored 7 out of 10. It's that thing of it's just more of the same. But if you enjoyed it, it's fine. So we're going to go through all the shout outs. Dave, let's have a look. Here we go. iQuail got it right. Oh, no, I've gone too far here. No, Dave Johnson got it right. Sorry. Dave Johnson got it right. Danka got it right. iQuail, as I said. Yep. Got it right. Flame got it right. Scrolling down. And then our wonderful guest has got it right because she said it looks like a 7, so we'll give a shout out to Em. And then obviously Dave got it right as well. This is his first one tonight, which is not too bad. So for those who don't know, Dave isn't a streamer or content creator. He only turns up for this. So we have to give him a shout out another way. So how would you like your shout out for your first one this evening?
I tell you what, get with a bit of spinning.
A bit of spinning. There you go.
Right.
We'll do the spin and then we'll let Em disappear to let Leia out. I like the fact that the title of the stream has turned to Em and Leia, which is brilliant. Thank you, Dave. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Do you know what? I'm going to go that way for a change. Dave!
Very nice.
There you go. I
just as good the other way around.
I know. I went that way and I kicked over a bag. Still waiting for the backflip with the shout out. If I knock the back wall down, we'll be able to do it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take Em off camera, but she'll still hopefully be able to hear us. So we'll just do this so she can let Leia back into the kitchen. There we go. There you go. And we are going to talk some gaming news while she does that. So as I said, good old Uncle Randy's back, isn't he? He's great.
He can't help himself, can he?
He can't help himself. So obviously last week we were talking about the fact that Borderlands 4 reviewed well on consoles, whereas it's been getting more sort of mixed reviews on PC because of performance issues and stuff, and people are not really what's, how it runs and stuff. And he took onto Twitter saying, look, we've got advice for you, but if you're not really interested in the advice, if you haven't got the minimum specs or the recommended specs, why are you even trying to play this? And then he was basically saying that it's a premium game for premium gamers, so if you haven't got the kit, don't bother playing it. And he was like, some of his comments were useful, some of his comments weren't. It was very mixed bag. And now there's been even more comments because the mixed reviews have continued on Steam. Mind you, there has been 2 patches on PC since. So there's one patch that came out last week, and then we got another patch over the weekend. But it was weird because when the first patch went out for the PC version, there was no patch notes. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people said it doesn't seem to have improved anything, which was a bit of an issue. And then when over the weekend, when the next lot of patch notes went out, it kind of seemed to improve certain aspects, but still there's frame rate drops. There's certain things that are people not happy with the PC version. Randy Pitchford gets on X and social media, and basically does start giving advice, right? And he did say, right, because people have been moaning that it's problems with the Unreal Engine 5 and that this isn't working properly as it should and the game's not great on PC. And he said, look, if you really want the best performance and you're really adamant about it, you should basically use DLSS to improve the frame rate. And he mentioned it multiple times. And it got to the point where people were just kind of ignoring the advice and saying, look, we don't want to use that. And we're running it on this and running on that. And he's like, no, but you can't run it on that. Blah, blah. And he just got to the point where he just went, do you know what? If you don't want to play it, just get a refund on Steam. You can't play it, refund. He was like, I don't care, just refund. And then every answer after that was, you could try it for now. You can have it refunded if you don't like it. Makes no difference. So he's basically just said, we can't, seriously, and he put this, is that we clearly can't help some people. We're trying to give you advice. You're not following it, so just get a refund. It's basically the equivalent of, I can't be arsed with you, which I thought was hilarious. Total Video Gamers, welcome in. All right, lads, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Great to have you here. So, yeah, good old Randy's basically trying to help people and then just fucking lost it and went off on one. So, there you go. Welcome back, Em.
What an adventure that was.
Just get special guest Leah back into the kitchen. But there you go. Yes, refunds. Exactly. It's just have a refund. So we're talking about Randy Pitchfords basically saying, you know, people are Borderlands 4 works great on consoles. But on PC, it's a bit sketchy. Last week, he was having a go at people saying, you know, if you haven't got the correct specs for it, it's not going to run. So stop bitching and moaning. And then he was going, and then this week, it's like, we've done 2 patches. You need to use, let me get the term right, DLSS to improve the frame rates. If you're not doing that, just get a refund because I don't care. That's pretty much his attitude now. Brian said, played Borderlands 4 on Xbox Series X, and it's pretty good. Definitely better than the third. No performance issues whatsoever. Randy is always an arse. I know. And last week I was kind of like, you kind of love him or hate him because he's that thing. But
he's entertaining at least with it, isn't he?
Yeah. And do you know what? I don't think this is harming Borderlands 4 whatsoever because it seems to be
keeps it in people's minds, keeps it on front pages of various gaming websites. We're still talking about it still.
Yeah.
This is the second week we've now been talking about him and the game. Yeah.
I mean, I'm distinctly in two minds because I years and years ago actually messaged Gearbox about something completely unrelated to the franchise. Really, I had some of the Borderlands artwork at my wedding.
Yes.
So I messaged Gearbox and asked about it, and it was Randy who actually messaged me back and was like, "Oh, go for it. That sounds amazing. We don't have the assets, but like if you find it, cool, send us pictures." So I've inherently got that little thing of, "Oh, that was quite nice."
Yeah.
But then I see some of these choices, and I'm like, it shouldn't be the hardest thing in the world, the biggest ask in the world for people who love the franchise to just be able to play the game the way that they would like to play the game. Yeah. I mean, it's not the only reason I've not played it, but like my PC would melt if I actually tried to play Borderlands 4. And I'm currently playing Borderlands 1, 2, and 3 in 3 different formats. But it's difficult because even when Borderlands 3 came out, I played that on the Xbox One and you couldn't get into a co-op game. It wasn't very well optimized.
Yeah.
And I just think we should have higher standards for these big, expensive titles coming out now, where it would just be nice to have them run. But maybe that's unrealistic.
I think we are very much in times of, hey, let's release a big AAA game, or as he quoted it, a quadruple A game. It doesn't work on the first day it's out. In fact, it might, in some cases, with some of the games we've had over the last 5 years, it doesn't work for the first couple of months it's out. But it's got to that point now where we just kind of expect it. That's really kind of shit, really, isn't it? It's like, just put up with it.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, I mean, engines like Unreal Engine 5 does just seem to have some problems anyway. Because if you're ever watching like Digital Foundry's videos where they're looking at like the latest Unreal Engine 5 game, they've always got some issues. There's always a little bit of stuttering here and there. They're never perfect. I don't think there's any that have been out really that haven't had problems. Like the Oblivion remaster, that had plenty of problems. It stutters, you traversing the world. There's probably more that can be done with the engine. There's probably more that the developers can do to try and counteract it. But open world games and that engine always just seems to be problematic, unfortunately. Especially more so on PC. Because let's face it, PC, there's just like an infinite number of combinations of hardware that people can have.
Yeah.
You can't account for all of them. At least consoles are set, and you can try
Yeah.
your best to make it better on there. Still not always perfect, but usually a bit better at least.
Okay. This is why I'm only playing indie games these days. So don't blame you. Michael was saying, why can't they just release a game that works? Doesn't seem too difficult, but well, it's exactly what we said. Yeah, I tend to go off my purchases based on the performance breakdown Digital Foundry put out. Bethesda just release anything and say, we'll fix it at a later date. I mean, that does feel about...
Or never. I don't think they ever solved Skyrim on PS3 properly. That's always fucks.
People are still waiting for that patch. There you go. But we'll see. I mean, look, I think his advice is if you're not happy, you ain't got the spec, play it at a later date. If you don't want... That was his other thing. If you don't want to get a refund, play it at a later date. Because then it might have the patches, but we'll see. We're going to try Borderlands 4 tomorrow, but we're playing it on console, so I don't think we're going to have any issues. You watch it crash now. That'd be hilarious.
Touch wood.
No,
You'll set your Xbox ablaze.
Yeah. Fine. And then I can go to Dave Johnson. Here you go. Have my burnt out Xbox. You can now have it. Here you go. Another Ems has joined us. Hello, Ems. Evening all. How you doing? Let's move on to our next game. I'm sure we'll talk about more Randy in the thing. I think we've given him enough time on the show so far. So I don't know. I wonder if we could ever get him on this show. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? There we go. Dave's like, oh, thanks, Mag. Oh, wait. There you go. Our next game is a spin-off from a game that came out a couple of years ago. It was known as a co-op game where you mine and you shoot things. And you're still doing the same in this one, but it's slightly different. This came out on Wednesday on PC and Xbox Series X and S, and is also on Game Pass. This is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Time to grind!
There's beasties to shoot and work to be done. You can do this alone.
Oh yeah, now we're talking! Heads up! Ha ha ha!
There you go. That is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. So a bit how Redacted was a completely different game to Callisto Protocol set in the same universe. This has gone the same route from Deep Rock Galactic, hasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, well, this has had a look at what Vampire Survivors did and how popular that was, and pretty much jumps on the bandwagon. Really, it's just pivoted the game to be an auto shooter, just like Vampire Survivors, but keeping the visual look of Deep Rock Galactic there, which still looks pretty good. But it is adding a little bit to the formula where you've still got the mining and resource gathering to do to help build up your equipment and your skills and stuff like that you can use to fight off the enemies. And I think with the mining as well, you can create like tunnels to help sort of funnel the enemy flow, so they're not completely surrounding you all the time. Looks like it should be pretty good fun if you like Vampire Survivors. I believe it's been in early access for a while, so this is the 1.0 launch. It is roguelike as well, so each time you play it, it's going to feel slightly different. It's different level layouts, different enemies coming at you. So if you like the genre, then plenty there to get your teeth into.
Yeah, it looks all right. It's weird. We've had quite a few games that have totally changed genre recently. Lost in Random was another one that turned into a roguelike from thing. Some of them work, some of them don't. We'll have to see how this one is. See how this goes. Good evening, Games Guru. Games Guru's in the house. How you doing? Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I I wasn't that bothered initially when it's sort of just looking at what it is. I'm kind of over roguelikes. If I'm honest, it's not my bag, it's not my cup of tea. However, even just watching that, again, I love seeing gameplay in a trailer, you know what to expect. I think it looks really interesting. I think it takes all of the things that made Deep Rock Galactic quite unique.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's completely changed genre, it's changed style. But I actually think it holds its own. Obviously, it's linked to it, is part of the same world, but I thought it looks really, really good. Quite interested to give that a go.
I quite like Deep Rock Galactic. We did a couple of streams on that when I first started out streaming. But this is different because it's not really a co-op experience. This is a solo thing. So this might be something I play off stream and give it a go. Dave says, I can't wait for Mag to decide a complete change content genre where we have our next meeting. And he surprised me when he says wants to become a skateboarding vlogger in a haunted shopping centres.
That sounds sick. That sounds mint.
Might get a better audience view for that. Another cheap tart at £7.69. And then it goes up to £10.99. Or it's on Game Pass at the moment if you want to try it. Let's see what scores people are saying. Chat, get your scores in now. Let's have a look. Danker was the first one in. 8.5. It's going high. Slightly lower. 7.5. Mr. Dave Johnson. In between, UK Gaming Network with an 8 out of 10. Gilfight also going to say 8. He downloaded this today. He says, wow, you hear that, audience? He wants a better audience. That's not what I said. I said a bigger audience. There you go. Flame, an 8. Michael, 8. Ems, 7.5. Dave, I'll start with you this time. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go for an 8.
Going for an 8 out of 10 for this one. Em?
Oh, I'll go for an 8.5 just to add some
variety. Okay. Right.
I think it looks good.
Okay, go for an 8.5. Folks, this is your last chance to get your scores in. This is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, which came out last Wednesday on PC and Xbox Series X and S and is on Game Pass as well. Dave Johnson has gone for an 8. He says, not what I heard, but I also wasn't listening to. I just heard what I wanted to hear. I mean, that's standard. There you go. Any more for any more? Because otherwise, oh, there you go. 7.5 on the Richter scale, says Games Guru. I can tell you that if there are no more scores in the chat, there's always someone that drops a score in just as I'm about to show the score. That Emmy did a gamble. And it paid off because this got an 8.5 on average, making it our high scoring game of the night so far. There you go. 8.5. So well done. Can we get a shout out for M in chat? Dave Johnson says, I said 8.5. You didn't. You said 8. So fuck you. There you go. Everyone can see it. It's on there. Who else said 8.5? We had a couple of others, didn't we? Danker said 8.5. Well done to Danker over on YouTube. There you go. I know what I think I said. No, clearly you don't. Now give Emma shout outs and stop messing around. Come on. Give our guest shout outs. There you go. Well done to everyone who got that right, by the way. Moving more swiftly on. There you go. You can follow Em on Twitch, Insta, YouTube. Follow on everything. Click those links now. Go give her a follow. It'd be greatly appreciated. Our next game, going back for something a bit more from Dave and my era. The old boomer shooter.
Those are the days.
So this came out last Thursday on PC, and it's called oh shit, I've forgotten what it's called now. It's oh, that's right. It's called Moros Protocol. It's the thing with the graphic and the thing that moves the television. Yeah. right proper shooter there. That's Moros Protocol, which came out last Thursday on PC. Go on then, Dave. Is it a proper boomer shooter, this one?
Not quite the same as like the old classics we used to like Dooms. This is a roguelike, so it's procedurally generated levels, so it will change with each run. But it's still going for the the old style shooting. It's a bit of like Doom meets Dead Space, and the graphics kind of remind me of the more recent System Shock remake.
I was going to say that
pixel style that it's gone for. It definitely evokes vibes of that. But in this one, you're the last human survivors are working from a cryo sleep on a spaceship that's been taken over by aliens, and there's an AI that's guiding you to help you trying to escape and kill them all along the way. Yeah. Looks like it could be good fun. Yeah, it's yet another roguelike. I think we've got about 2, 3. Are all the games start roguelikes? It feels like everything's a frigging roguelike at the moment. But well, this one looks quite fun there. I like the look of it.
All right. Another roguelike. What do you reckon?
Yeah, again, not my usual cup of tea, but this one quite interests me more so because it's not the same sort of really spaced out top-down roguelike that we see quite often now. This one seems a little bit more close encounters, and I know there's a lot of sci-fi pixel art things coming out at the moment, or have come out over the past few years, but it looks interesting. Again, it's nothing that overly massively stands out to me, but it looks interesting. It seems to have some good gameplay in it. The one bit I liked was when you could kick the gas like the gas canister and exploded, and I'm like, already love that. Any explosion in a video game has me. I'm very easily entertained like that. But yeah, looks interesting.
I kind of like the look of it. The fact it's a roguelike, I'm a bit like, okay. Just like a standard shooter would be good. But yeah, System Shock was first thing when I saw this trailer earlier today. I was like, Christ, yeah. Looks like both of those. Okay, so get your scores in for this one, folks. Danker has come in. He says, I'm torn on this one. I'm going to play it safe in a 6.5. Flame's gone in the opposite direction, a 9 out of 10. Big time. Emma, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this has got?
I was going to go for a 6.5, but I had the same as Danker last time, so I'll go for a 6.
Okay.
Just to mix it up a bit.
Okay. All right. Ems is saying a 7. So we've got M with a 6 and Ems with a 7. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try a 7.
You're going for a 7 as well. Chat, get your scores in. This is for Moros Protocol, which came out last Thursday on PC. We will see how this one goes. If there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you, I've got a sneaky feeling that someone's going to drop a score in very last minute. I can tell you that this one didn't fare as well as some of the other games tonight, because this did get a 6.5.
Oh.
So it's good. It's just nothing too amazing. But if you like those kind of games, you might enjoy it. I don't know whether I'd like this one as much as some other shooters, but we'll see. So well done, Danker. You got it right. Can we get a shout out over on the YouTubes, please? Be greatly appreciated. I don't think anyone else guessed that right from what I'm seeing. Literally, Danker was the only one who got that right. Yeah, there you go. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Let's move on to some more gaming news. So, we were talking about Assassin's Creed earlier, and now we are talking about more Assassin's Creed. But what I'm going to say is, take this with a pinch of salt, this one, okay? I'll explain why. Because, obviously, a couple of weeks ago, we were told that it looks highly likely that we are going to get an Assassin's Creed game remake. And the game that is going to be remade is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. However, some people have found little threads and bits and pieces, as they do as they scour the internet, to say that the remake or remaster, even, it's probably going to sound more like a remake now, is going to be slightly different and deviate from the original game. Because Assassin's Creed 4, compared to, say, the new Assassin's Creed Shadows, had a modern day part to it, which a lot of the Assassin's Creed games did. But this was a first person perspective thing where there was characters that you'd seen from Assassin's Creed 2 and 3. This potentially is not going to be in the game anymore. and they're going to replace that content with more pirating content, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But some people are in uproar because they're like, oh no, it's if they're remastering it and blah blah blah, they should keep it. But then some people are saying, yeah, but it's going to be weird because if they're remastering 4 and they're doing that first, but not doing the others, you wouldn't know what that futuristic stuff means because it's linked to the previous games. Whereas all the Edward Kenway stuff doesn't matter because that's that game and that game specifically. So it doesn't really matter. Now, it's kind of got mixed feelings. People have mixed feelings about it. They've said that it's rumored that this might come out in 2026. However, I'm still going to state this. Ubisoft have not put an official announcement out yet to say this is actually a thing. It's just that it's been leaked and there's been other leaks and blah, blah, blah. So all this could be absolute bullshit and it could turn out that it's just a remaster. But what I want to know from chat is if you've played this 4th one, and what I want to know from David M is what side of the fence do you sit on this? Do you think they should keep the original content in? Or do you think it is true that because this is technically now going to be treated as a standalone game, it should basically have new content into covering the gaps because it wouldn't make sense? Thoughts?
Well, I think the Assassin's Creed games, the modern day stuff made more sense in the prior games in the series because they had the whole story arc with Desmond.
Yeah.
But that finished with the 3rd game. So this did something completely different where you were like an employee in I think Abstergo Entertainments, and I can't remember a huge amount about it now. I don't remember it being particularly interesting when I was playing it, so I can't say I would honestly miss it. I can understand some people complaining because it is part of the identity of the games. They've always had modern day and then the historical stuff, but the historical stuff has always generally been more fun. And if you could have perhaps some cut content brought back to flesh out the game, then I can't honestly say that I would miss the modern day stuff from it. I'd rather go and play the pirated. It'd be way more fun. The modern day stuff in 4 I didn't think was that good.
Yeah. I think it's for people who like the characters. There was 2 characters that appeared from Assassin's Creed 2 and 3. Is it Sean and I forgot their name.
Oh, I've long forgotten.
Yeah,
I've played the games for years.
Yeah, but yeah, if you like them, then you probably appreciate it. But it wasn't a major part of the game. But there you go. Danka says, to be fair, they've slowly been removing the modern day storyline from anything, so not surprised to be fair. That's a fair point because the last Assassin's Creed game to have that was Valhalla, and the way that Valhalla ended, it linked to something that was in modern day. But there's a lot of people who've never finished Valhalla, so a lot of people haven't seen that ending and how that works. And there was no modern day stuff in Mirage, and there's no modern day stuff in Shadows either. So it's almost like they've just wiped it from the record. Em, your thoughts on it? Because obviously you'd been playing Assassin's Creed 3, so you know where this story is going.
I've kind of got 2 different thoughts on this. My first one is every single person I know who played Black Flag talked about the pirating, talked about the story, talked about the adventure. None of them mentioned the modern day. So actually, if it's not a highlight of the game, will it be really truly missed?
Yeah.
But my other viewpoint is if I'm developing a remake, what's the main point of bringing and doing a remake is probably to bring the modern audience who did not play those games because they're quite old now, and it's to bring those to this newer audience or attract a new audience or a bit of a nostalgia hit for those who already love the series. Therefore, if we're wanting to bring in people who have enjoyed the most recent ones, or if we're wanting to bring in an entirely new audience, that old stuff doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
Black Flag is one of the ones that has had me tempted to return to the series. I'm not returning to it to see the modern day aspect of it. The reason that people love Assassin's Creed is, yes, there was that sort of aspect to it, but it was that you were immersed in these historical periods and the actual, stealthing and the different technologies that you could use. So I very much agree. If it's not in it, if it's truly a remake, then I don't think it should be particularly missed because no one was that bothered by it at the time anyway.
Yeah, I totally agree. Danka said, I've had a thought. There is a TV project in development. So what if that series is based around the supposed remake? Could be. Stranger things have happened. Could happen. David, obviously, for those who don't know, Mr. Johnson, has broken. He's had foot surgery, so he's not here. So we had to pop out. So we are talking about. Thank you for the lurk, Sir Lefty. Hope you're well. Basically, talking about the fact that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is potentially going to be remade and come out next year. But if they do it, they're going to cut all the modern day bits out of it and add more pirating content. And some fans are happy about it and some fans aren't. And that's what we've been discussing. I think the general consensus is it doesn't really make much sense, make much difference, because, as I say, if it turns out it's a standalone I think it's a weird one to remaster. If they were going to remaster one, why don't you do the first one and make the first one a bit better? Because the first one was an okay game at best, to be honest.
Yeah, bring across the improvements from future games into that one.
Yeah.
Or you'd think they'd do the whole, like, 2 Brotherhood Revelations.
Yeah,
because that was the most popular one as well. I'd understand that, and then having the Desmond storyline. But yeah, this before it seems a very odd choice.
It does. It's very weird. There you go. Kingdom Hearts 3 took ship content from Black Flag. Fun fact. I mean, Skull and Bones also took ship combat from that, but somehow made it fucking worse.
Shit game.
Thank you, Ubisoft. Ubisoft partner right here. There you go. So yeah, but I'm sure it was better in Kingdom Hearts 3. There you go. But we will see. Will it happen? Ubisoft, as I say, have not put an official statement out, so take this with a pinch of salt. It may not actually happen. But it probably will, because most of the stuff that gets leaked to that happens. So there we go. All right, moving on to our next game. Now, this is a game I'm going to be playing on Monday's show. This came out on Thursday on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. It's technically a sequel, but it's also technically a prequel. It was going to be DLC, but then they turned it into a full game. And if you're really confused, then I probably should play the trailer, because this is Dying Light, the Beast.
For 13 years, he tortured me. He's gonna pay for what he made me become. My name is Kyle Crane. And finally, I'm out. They don't even know what they've unleashed. But I'm not the only one out here. They thought they could control me. Now, I will tear them apart. One by one.
So there you go, folks. This is Dying Light the Beast. It was originally going to be a concept for a DLC, but it turned out to be a bigger thing. Technically a sequel to the first game, but kind of a prequel to the second game, if that makes any sense. And it's just more zombie ripping action, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it is. In a more condensed form, which for some of these things I think can be a bit better, because Dying Light, I love the first Dying Light, really enjoyed that one. Bit slow to get going, but after the first hour, really got into it. Played that completely, loved it. Second one, that really was taking quite a while to get going. Was really sort of slow at drip feeding you like the decent like parkour skills. So I didn't really stick with that one at all. But this one sounds like it's more of a more of a condensed version, shorter run time. But it sounds like it gets you like into the action a bit quicker. You got better skills there. You're a smaller area to explore. So to me, sounds a bit more fun. I'd probably have a more of a chance of completing this one than I would Dying Light 2. With this one, as you say, it's more of a sequel to the first game. It's the same character coming back, Carl Crane.
Yeah.
So he seems to have been captured and tortured for like 13 years, but then he manages to escape. And because he's been experimented on, he's got new skills. If he gets bad enough, I think he can activate beast mode, which just lets you absolutely smash the shit out of everything. Pretty much hulks him up by the sound of it, and looks pretty good when you see that happening in the trailer.
Yeah,
you take out a lot of zombies. Sounds like it's got a better story as well than the second one, because that's highlighted as quite a weak point. So this is sounding like a pretty decent game. I think it supports up to 4-player co-op as well.
Okay,
so
nice.
Get your mates involved, you can do. Run around, drop kick zombies off the roof with your friends. That never gets old.
No.
I love doing that. So yeah, I'm quite interested in this one. Does look pretty good. And I think if anyone did actually buy I think the gold edition Dying Light 2, when this was meant to be DLC for that, you still get it. You haven't
nice.
For it.
They've honoured that.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, they have. They did the same with Uncharted 4. It's DLC spun off into standalone. But if you brought the gold at the time, you still got it.
Yeah,
so I believe that is the case with this one as well, which is cool.
See, I never played Dying Light 2 because it got very mixed reviews, and it promised a lot of things that it didn't do, because it was all this like, it's got all these overarching story things, and it's always going to change how the gameplay. Didn't do any of that.
Really.
And I wasn't a great fan of the first one. I'm not going to lie. This one I'm more intrigued in because it does feel like it's set to be more like, if you've never played it before, you're probably going to get on better with it. But if you love the other ones, you're going to love this as well. Brian says, would quite like to play Dying Light, but I've used to pay £60 for a digital only game. See, I only found out yesterday this was digital only. If I was available on disc, I'd have bought it. So, I thought this was a bit odd. I was quite surprised this was digital only.
I was as well. I looked it up as well.
Yeah. I was like, and there's no plans to bring this out physically whatsoever, apparently, which I find a bit odd. But Em, have you played any of the Dying Light franchise?
I haven't. I've watched a lot of the first Dying Light, and it's just a game that I never really got round to. But I remember the big thing about it being zombies, parkour. What more could you ever want in a game? Which I totally get. It was interesting. I think the trailer for this was on during the most recent Game Awards, and I remember seeing it and being like, "Oh, am I going to have to visit Dying Light now, because this looks really intriguing to me." I like the idea of having sort of the protagonist who had his downfall in the game able to come back, but it unlocking new abilities for him. I think that's a really, really interesting concept. There've been other franchises before who have done this sort of pre-sequel middling type game, like a 1.5. So yeah, I genuinely am quite tempted by this, despite having not really touched the franchise at all. I remember people saying as well, similar to what you were saying, Dave, that Dying Light 2 can take a bit of a while to get into. I think they did the thing of taking a very successful story and then thinking, if we just put everything into a bigger world, that makes it better, and it fell flat in some ways. But I think this looks really good as if it's a self-contained thing. I just agree that £60 for a digital only game, £60 is a very heavy price point for something that would have been a DLC. I understand it no longer being a DLC, but you'd think it'd hit more of a mid-price range.
Yeah. I mean, if it would have been about 30, 40 quid, it would seem a bit fair, but I think that kind of tainted it a bit.
Price. Yeah, 60 seems a lot.
Yeah. Extortionate.
Yeah. God.
I'll wait for a sale. Just
I don't blame you. Tanker said, I tried to unleash the beast once, but I got fined. Thanks for that. Dying Light 2 is currently £12 at CEX. So I'll just pick that up instead and wait for a sale. That sounds like a perfectly good plan. Danker says, I'll hold off. What, from getting fined or playing the game? You have to tell me. Have to let us know. So let's have a look. Get your scores in chat, folks. What do you think that Dying Light, the Beast, is this going to be a beast of a game, or is it going to be a total flop? Let's have a look. Danker is predicting an 8 out of 10 for this one. Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I was thinking 8 as well. So I'll
go for an 8
with that one.
Okay, going for an 8 on this. Danker's clarified he's holding off on the game. Thank you for clarifying that. Gilfly coming in with a 7.5. Flame with a 7. Em, what do you reckon?
I think I'm going to go for an 8.5.
All going slightly higher. 8.5. So we got
just off my own vibes.
Okay, we got 7, 7.5s, 8s, 8.5s. Okay. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Dying Like the Beast, which came out on Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And you can watch me playing it next Monday live on stream. So I'll be playing that if you want to tune in on Twitch and TikTok. Ems is saying an 8 out of 10 for this one. Games Guru is saying a 7. Lisa is saying an 8.5. So she agrees with you, Em. Any more scores, get them in now, because I can tell you that this... Dave Johnson saying a 7.5. So I'm waiting now. I knew it was going to happen. Got a very credible 8 out of 10. There you go. 8 out of 10. Walker fan, good evening. We've just been talking about zombies, actually. How you doing, Walker fan? So you got 8 out of 10 for the new Dying Light game. And we're getting a raid. Perfect time. God, we're getting double raided.
Nice.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, Supernova. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for the raids. And then Andrew, HLC. Hello, Andrew. Welcome on in. Absolutely insane. Also, Andrew's just done a tier 1 sub, which is 42 months. Thank you so much. Thank you to Supernova. Thank you to Andrew. Oh, here we like the music. There's a load of you. Welcome on in. Welcome in, all of you. Hi, I'm Mag. This is Dave. This is our special guest, Em. This is Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, and we're talking about all the new games that have come out this week and all the gaming news. Have a little dance.
Smooth moves.
There you go. There you go. Andrew says, subbed since you made me do this gig. Very true. Very true. No, shit. There's the sub. Thank you very much. No, shit. Supernova, thank you so much. And Andrew, thank you so much for being here. Emma Owl Lady, welcome on in. Great to have you here. Welcome on in. Mag, I told you that you are only allowed to dance badly at Timeless. Might have to wait till November then. Just hinting at something that might happen. So, I'm going to give a shout out to all those wonderful people that have just raided in. Welcome on in. Also, we'll give you some special shout outs in a minute for both Andrew and Supernova. So click that little heart when it appears at the top of the chat. Go follow them because they're wonderful people. But also, we need to go through all the people that got this right. So let's go. I've got to go back up to the top here. So let's have a look. Danka, well done. You're the first one to say this. You got this right. Obviously, Dave, we'll do your shout out in a minute.
Okay.
For getting it right because you agree with him. Ems in chat, she got it right as well. And I think that's everyone from that side of things. So there you go. Welcome on in, everyone. Great to see you all. There you go. We've just been talking about Dying Like the Beast, which got an 8 out of 10. Now, there's going to be shout outs going out in the chat. But obviously, Dave is not a streamer, as I've said. So therefore, he needs to get a shout out in a different way. How would you like your second shout out of the evening, Dave?
You can go behind your chair and jump up, mate. See if you can scare us.
Poor knees. It's not quite Halloween yet, but we'll try. Also, exclamation Dave in the chat. Show your appreciation. Do you know what? I can time this pretty well with a thing. I'm gonna do some shameless product placement with this one. All right. Because I've realised I was supposed to do this earlier and I completely forgot about it. But here we go. You ready?
Go for it, mate.
And you got to say when I jump up after I've said Dave, you got to say, "What's that you got there, Mag?" All right, that's the deal.
I'll try and remember.
You try.
Do you get paid as well then?
3, 2, 1. Dave!
Ooh, what's that you've got there?
Funny you should mention, Dave, but this is one of the brand new Logitech G keyboards which came out last week, courtesy of Logitech G Play Days. If you want to find out more, this is normally 150 quid and you can get it for about £100 on the shop and the sale right now. They have got headsets, they have got mouse pads, they've got mice, they've got amazing keyboards. Exclamation Logitech G. Get yourself a bargain with some really cool kit. Thank you very much. That was so
shameless product play.
Right. But seriously, thank you to Logitech G for sponsoring us this week and all that. So thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, go check it out. I'm going to do a proper unboxing video for that. And you get to see it. It's really cool. It's Bluetooth and everything lights up. It's a really cool piece of kit. So, in all honesty, thank you for sending me that, because it's a fucking 150 quid keyboard that they've sent me, which I greatly appreciate. So there you go. There you go. There's the link. Go click on it. Dave Johnson, if you'd be very kind to drop that also in the YouTube chat for any YouTubers who want to check it out. The sale is on until midnight the 29th, which is next Monday. All right, so it all closes midnight on Monday. So go check that out. Supernova says, a natural salesman. Well, I do try, sir. I do try. There you go. Let's move on to our next game. Something a little bit different. This also came out last Thursday on PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5. And this does remind me of another game, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this is Artic Awakening. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Come on. Anchorage, do you copy? Shit! I'm sorry! Okay, this is Kai. We're on day 23. Oh, and this is log number 1. I've been holed up with this drone in my plane's cabin for the last few days.
Oh my goodness, have we crashed? Is everyone all right?
Kai, you out there?
Oh, thank God. I thought I'd lost you.
You did. What the hell happened?
Something sliced the tail clean off.
I think you should look at this.
What's going on? What do you see? Don't keep me in suspense, man.
Nothing worth mentioning.
What did you mean last night when you said Donovan was not really a friend?
Well, I suppose he would say we were rivals of sorts. Huh.
Is this the kind of situation that gives a person the creeps?
Ah, maybe that'll get someone's attention. Can you see me now? Can you?
Let's conserve those flares for a time.
Look, they might never come back this way. Now or never, Kai.
Will you two cut it out and let me think? All right, bombs away. Mayday, Mayday. This is Tree 1, Charlie, Echo, requesting emergency assistance.
Never did listen to it before. Don't know why he'd start now.
You still on about that flare? What good is your bullshit gonna do for us right now?
Me? I'm not the one that leaves a co-pilot for dead. Or you still hiding from that truth,
too? Hey, Donovan. Donovan, you copy?
There you go, folks. That is Artic Awakening, which came out last Thursday on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. I was trying to remember the name of a game, and someone will probably... I think it was Firewatch, which was like...
That's what I was thinking. Danka mentioned it as well in the chat.
Yeah, it's... Oh, there you go. Yeah, are you thinking Firewatch? Yeah, perhaps. It's got that art style and that kind of game, and I really enjoyed that game, and I'm wondering... Looks atmospheric. I've got a feeling... I'd like this because I remember doing a stream of that and I did really enjoy that. So that's my feeling. But this obviously has got a little bit more sci-fi-ish tinge to it. It's not just a sort of you've crashed and got to survive, etc.
Yeah, that's right. In this one, your character's part of a two-man crew flying some cargo, and you end up crash lands in the Arctic. And when you come to, your co-pilot has disappeared, and your only company, for whatever reason, is a therapy bot called Alfie. He follows you around and gives you some guidance as you're exploring, trying to find your co-pilot friend. It sounds like you're perhaps talking to him or someone else over on walkie-talkie, which again evokes Firewatch, because there's a lot of conversation with the walkie-talkie with another character in that one. So, like you, Firewatch is a game that I really, really liked. That was a narrative adventure, so I'm definitely interested in this. Had not heard of it at all until I looked at it for the show tonight.
Yeah.
But it seems like the first review I sort of loaded up immediately said, very much like Firewatch. So immediately caught my attention. I've dropped up my wish list on a PlayStation Store, so I don't forget about this, because I definitely fancy looking at this one, because it looks like it's got quite a cool sort of sci-fi mystery to it. Some oddities are happening while you're exploring the Arctic. So I think it looks like it should be pretty cool. So it's definitely jumped to top of my list to play.
My only worrying thing about watching that trailer, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but I feel like I've already figured out one of the plot points. What's happened, and I'm like, if I have, then I'm a bit like, oh, that's a bit easy. So if I haven't, and I'm totally wrong, then that's good because then it's fooled me into thinking that. That just worries me a bit. But
let's hope it's the latter and it keeps us guessing.
Yeah, there you go. I am such a pro gamer. Not true. Em, what do you reckon to this one?
Yeah, I had a similar thing as soon as I saw it, thinking Firewatch. And then I was frantically Googling because it reminded me of another game, which I've already forgotten the name. The Long Dark, is it called?
Yes. Yeah,
it made me think of that as well, where you crash and you
Yeah.
are in a snowy place. So
Yes.
it made me think of an amalgamation between Firewatch, The Long Dark, and weirdly it gave me an Outer Wilds. I don't know if it was the sci-fi aspect of it as well. And they were 3 games that I really, really enjoyed. I similarly hadn't really heard of this, which I find really interesting because usually games like this are right on my alley and they get recommended to me all the time. But this one I hadn't seen too much about. It looks really interesting, but I agree. I feel like the trailer has I'd be worried that the trailer was given a little bit away. That would have been quite an interesting plot point. But the mystery thing I wasn't really expecting too much from, but it looks interesting.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Yeah, Long Dark. I played didn't they announce a Long Dark 2 recently? Or
Yes,
they did. Yeah, I enjoyed that as well. That was really good. Yeah, I see that now. You mentioned that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would give this a go. I like the look of this. But again, this only really popped up on my radar in the last 2 weeks. So, and then obviously it was on the list, and Dave picked it. So yeah, I'll give this a shout. Let's get some scores in. Danka going for a 6, so he thinks it's good but not great. Dave said 75. I'm assuming he's saying 7.5. I mean, that's
off the scales.
That's how tired I feel. How old?
He really likes it.
Yeah, really likes it. 75. He said, "No, I meant 75." Thanks for clearing that up. Em, we'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I agree with Danko on this one. I think it's a 6.
Okay, all right. Flame also agreeing with you. 6 out of 10. iQuail 7. Also, can we get a shout out for iQuail because he's our community member of the month this week, and I do need to get the code that he's won to him. So I will make sure you've got that before the end of the month, iQuail, before we get the next. I rebel against your established rules. Anarchy. I'll give him a 7.5 then. Dave, what do you reckon?
I think I'll join Mr. Johnson on the 7.5.
There you go. Going for 7.5. Folks, get your scores in now. This is Artic Awakening, which came out last Thursday. Is available on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. Dave, you might on a 7.54. See, 45. So that was great. Now you're just making this up as you're going along. You're just making an absolute arse of yourself. But keep going. Any more for any more? If not, I'm going to tell you the score. Look at it, rhymed and everything. I can tell you that you're all right, actually. 6 out of 10. It makes me wonder why. Do we know? Because I know you've had a look at some reviews, Dave. So what are people saying? Why has this got an okay score?
Well, I didn't go to the end of the review because when I started looking at it, it came and saying major spoilers followed, and I didn't want to watch it. So I just saw the first bit where he said it very much like Firewatch, and then I watched the trailer and I thought it looked cool. So I didn't read a full review for it.
Fair enough. See, proves that Dave does.
That's it. Maybe the story doesn't quite land. Maybe that's why I get a low score. Could be something like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it is what I think has happened. And there you go. You guess it from the start, which makes it an okay. So there you go. But well done to all of you. Obviously, we'll give Dave a shout out in a minute, but we've got to give it Em, our wonderful guest, her third shout out of the evening. So do go follow on literally everything that will appear there in a minute. But also, well done to all these people. Well done, Danka. Nice one, Dave. You sorted out the shout outs on YouTube. Thank you. I should have explained how we do that. It's something that iQual and me figured out how to do. Apparently there's tech issues with the game, hence why the low score. There you go.
Maybe wait for a few patches then to time.
Yeah, wait for a few patches and then go from there. Right, who else got it right? Flame got it right. Flame got a shout out, and obviously Danker's got a shout out on YouTube. There are all the links for M. Mr. Dave Johnson's going mad with your links now, spamming your links in chat.
Thanks, Dave.
Why not? It's good publicity. I regret nothing, he says. Other Mr. Dave, how would you like your third shout out of the evening? So both Dave and guest are on free for free here.
No, I said 7.5. I was away.
No, you did. You said 7.5, right? Bollocks. Well, I'm not going to give you fuck all then. We'll just move on. We'll just escape with that as if I didn't make a complete balls up of an error. There we go. Let's move on to our third news story of the evening. Dave Johnson can have it. He can have the shout out. There you go. So, again, something else we've been talking about a lot on this show. And if you're not familiar, we will fill you in right now. Tencent have been making a new game called Light of... is it Light of Mortimer or Light of Moira?
Motoram, I think.
Motoram. Yeah, Motoram. I can't remember. Something like that. Anyway. And obviously we talked about it on the show because a couple of weeks ago, Sony put in a lawsuit to sue them because the likeness of the game is very much like the Horizon games, even down to the artwork and the description of the game on the Steam page. Second time we talked about this, the Steam page had been changed. Good evening, C4. Hope you're well. And it was looking like they were kind of saying, well, okay, we recognize that we might be. They were even ripped off the logo. The lettering of the logo was the same, right? So there was that. However, the lawsuit is still continuing. So Sony is still suing Tencent over this new game that might be out next year. We don't know. But Tencent have put a counter argument in the lawsuit and stating that Sony and Ninja Theory have been nicking stuff from other games for years, and therefore the claim of the fact that their game is a carbon copy will not hold up in court. And they are basically saying that Horizon, the 2017 game, steals heavily from the Legend of Zelda games and also steals heavily from the Far Cry games. This is their argument. They're basically saying that they knew that Horizon Zero Dawn had similar mechanics to some of those other games, and that it was admitted that they held off before actually going, do you know what? I think we'll be all right, and then just went with it. So this is why Tencent are saying, well, there could be similarities in our game. There might not be. But everyone else is copying everyone else's games. So why should we be sued for it? But I think they seem to be missing a point here, because the reason they've really been sued, good evening, the one-handed game, was because the artwork looked exactly like it and the protagonist looked exactly like it. And then all the wording looked exactly like it and the description of the game looks like it. However, they've also then come back again and said, well, you know, Horizon then also was compared to Enslaved. If anyone remembers the game Enslaved.
Good game.
Female, redhead protagonist, lots of robots in the game, was quite well known, cult classic. But no lawsuit ever came up against that. So do they have a point? Or do you think they're clutching at straws? That's my question to chat, our guest and Dave. Let's go.
They're probably clutching at straws a bit. Because I think if you put Enslaved and Horizon side by side, you wouldn't get them mixed up.
My issue with this though is if you do something wrong and someone goes, what you've done is a bit wrong and a bit dodgy, you don't then go, yeah, but what they did was dead dodgy. Like it's very much. They're not saying, oh, yeah, we didn't copy it. Oh, yeah, we didn't do this. Oh, yeah, we didn't do that. They're just saying, oh, yeah, but they did it well worse before.
It's in the book,
fine.
Isn't it?
100%. And what I will say is I hadn't heard of Light of Motoram until today. And I looked it up and I haven't played the Horizon games, but I went, oh, that looks like a Horizon game. Like, yes, you can say every company steals from every company. There are all these mechanics that go between different games. But generally, if you put the two games next to each other, you can tell the difference. And like looking at theirs, it looks so similar.
Yeah.
That it does, you know, I think one of the points that were made was that it almost looks like it's part of the same universe, that it's, you know, from the same development team. And it does. If somebody had said this is in the Horizon world, I'd have gone, yeah, it is. It looks exactly like it. So I think it's a bit of a cheap cop out from them to just say, yeah,
it is.
It's fine,
People,
isn't it?
People are saying it's playground kind of lawsuits. Dave says, I might have stolen that lady's purse, but that guy, points at Mag, stole someone's laptop, so he's worse. It does not make sense. It's true, because they've literally come back and said, well, Sony did it, you did it, and now you're suing us, so why can't we sue you? It's mad. Dave, you were going to say something else, weren't you, I think?
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering if they're sort of keeping this going just to sort of keep the name of the game, you know, up in the headlines.
No one had heard of it.
No, otherwise it would just get lost in the sea of games that are in development. Because it is just, I think, another sort of resource gathering survival game. Yeah, it's a different type of game to Horizon.
Yeah.
But it's just another survival type one. It would have got lost in the sea of games of that genre. But this just keeps it in people's minds. People recognise the name now. But yeah, I mean, if they wanted to avoid controversy, they would have just had to make their art style distinctly different from Horizon.
Yeah.
They would have batted an eyelid.
Dank says there are limits and they've overstepped. Supernova says it's like music plagiarism. Some claim melodies are similar, but they haven't a leg to stand on because it's all taking artistic liberties. True. It's like Dave trying to sue me for also being called Dave.
My lawyers will be in touch.
True. So we'll see. Obviously, this is the third time we've mentioned it on this show. It probably won't be the last when this comes up. It's probably going to be just like flipping Randy Pitchford. We're going to keep mentioning him for the next couple of weeks. There you go. Miss Fulu, hello. Welcome on in. Lovely to see you. First time here. Lovely to have you here. Welcome on in. So let's move on to our next game. Something a little bit different this time. So going back to a bit of racing. This came out on Thursday on Xbox Series X, S1, PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4 and 5. And this is called Formula Legends. Let's have a look at the trailer for this one. There you go. That is Formula Legends, which came out last Thursday on pretty much everything. Xbox Series X, S1, PC, PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. But yeah, it's kind of got a cartoony vibe, but then also focuses on certain aspects of racing history, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, that's right. It's going for more of a an arcade racer feel. It's not heading for the the full simulation route, the normal F1 games. But it looks like it might be quite fun. Sometimes old style arcade race can be good. But as you say, this is following like different eras of F1. So going back to the 60s, through to the modern day. So there'll be different types of cars on different types of tracks. Just sort of matching with the era that you're racing in. So it looks like it could be quite good fun. I think they've got some little like parody names of the drivers as well, because they haven't got like the rights to the actual driver names. Just having a bit of playful fun with things like that. So it looks like it could be a quite fun little racer. I'd give it a go.
Yeah, looks all right. I don't mind it. Looks quite fun. And there was a comment from Top Gear magazine, and it's a good chance that it'll be Dave's mate and a guest that we had on the show almost nearly 2 years ago, is Mr. Mike Channel from Outside Xbox, because he writes the gaming column for Top Gear magazine. So it's probably him that would probably enjoy it. So Pop in an email, say, did you write that review? So there you go. Em, what do you reckon to this one?
Yeah, I know we mentioned it before with Henry Halfhead, but I feel like games have this habit of just getting really, really complicated. And when you look at the most recent sort of popular racing games, it's not always necessarily just the likes of your Forza Horizons, but also, your Crash Team Racing is really popular. And I think this is a really nice combination of a simple game that gives you that same sort of, love of racing feel. If you're a huge F1 fan, it's definitely something that seems it'd really sort of be up your alley. So I like the look of it. It looks really, again, I'm going to say simple, but I think that it just does. It doesn't look over complicated. It looks really straightforward.
No, I think it looks good. I like the look of it. Got some scores in the chat, folks. If you just joined us, I'm going to say this now, right? Guess the scores. Guess the review scores. If you just joined us in the chat, if you're coming from the raids, and you could get a shout out for the channel. You can have halves and whole numbers from 0 to 10. It's a bit of fun. We don't take it seriously. Try and guess the scores. Give a shout out for your channel. Simple as that. Danka on YouTube saying 7 out of 10. Haggis saying 6. Looks like a Roblox F1.
He's not wrong.
One-handed gamer, how you doing, buddy? Always good to see you, my friend. Would say 7 on this one. iQuell also agreeing with one-handed gamer, saying 7. Danka says the only negative apparently is there's no multiplayer. It's a single-player game. Only there you go. Dave Johnson says, excuse me, I want to put this to bed right now. I don't have friends, just at varying levels of enemies. But Mike is a good egg, though. He is indeed. 7.5 from Games Guru. Miss Feely says, 2-point hospital, level graphics and comedy elements. Love those games. Dave, 7.5. Flame, 7. Miss Feely says 6.5. Gilfly says a 7. Ems says a 7.5. I'll start with you, Dave. What do you reckon this has got?
I'm going to try a 7.
Okay, going for a 7. Solid 7, as we like to say. Em, what do you reckon?
I was going to say a 7 as well, but I'll go for a 7.5. It seems.
Okay, you think 7.5? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, folks, this is your last chance. This is Formula Legends. Get your scores in now. This came out last Thursday on Xbox Series X, S1, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And if there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you that sometimes it's okay to go with the same score as Dave, because this got a solid 7 out of 10. There you go. We've stunned Em into frozen.
Whoa! Where did I go?
Yeah, you're like, I was like, no, I should have said 7.5. It's like that. There you go. Well done to Gilfly. Well done to Flame on there. Let's see who else has been saying 7. I think Danka got it once again. Danka's won pretty well. I don't know if he's got all of them right, but I think he's close to getting them all right. One-handed gamer as well. Well done. iQuail. Well done. There you go. Not far off, at least. 0 point difference isn't too bad. You were for a first one. That was a good effort. As we say, it's a bit of fun. There's one more to go though, so don't worry. You stand a chance. You got one more to go. You've got one more game after this. But we're going to jump back to some more gaming news. But we do have to give Mr. Dave here a shout out, because he said a solid 7. And I actually got this right this time. Not trying to shout out when he didn't get it right earlier.
Self-shout out for getting it right.
Yeah. Dave. There you go. How would you like your next shout out?
You can do walk on from the side.
Okay, real me or digitize me?
We'll take the digital one.
Okay, he's right in front of me as well. So there you go. Also, exclamation Dave in chat if you want to show your appreciation. Thank you. You ready, Dave?
Go for it.
Dave!
Very nice.
There you go. Bob Ross is back, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Moving on to some more gaming news. Hands up here, or put in chat, if you're excited for Cyberpunk 2.
I'm a bit cautious about it. Optimistically cautious. That's all I was looking for.
Oh, Supernova says, bring it on. There you go. So, out of the 30 plus people watching, one person is excited for it. Okay. But no. I mean, look. Never played the first one, says C4. If it gets off to a good start, unlike the first, look, I gave Cyberpunk a lot of shit. On
Rightfully so.
Yeah, rightly so. But by the time that they brought that DLC out with, was it Phantom Liberty? Was it with Idris Elba? Game was up to a good standard, and that DLC was excellent. So it took longer than it should have, but it is now a good game. So a couple of things have come out, because obviously CD Projekt Red have stated, and this is official, that they are working on the sequel to Cyberpunk, and at the moment it's just called Cyberpunk 2. Clearly we have no release date. We don't think it'll be anytime soon, because they have stated that The Witcher 4 needs to be done and dusted and come out first. Now, Witcher 4 could be any time in the next 3 years that we get that game. They've stipulated. Okay? So not going to be getting that anytime quick. So definitely not getting Cyberpunk 2 probably in the next maybe 5 years if we're lucky. We'll see. But something has come up that's been brought to everyone's attention to say, interesting. So the rumors are true, because they were stating that there'll be more of a Cyberpunk 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yes. That's the sequel we all really did want. Didn't even know there's a second one. Mine and Em's buddy Dino will be happy. Well, yeah, when it eventually comes out. But there's an element they've said that they wanted to bring to this, and it's kind of been qualified that it's happening. That is, there's going to be multiplayer elements to Cyberpunk 2. How do we know this? Because of a job advert. CD Projekt Red put out a job listing basically saying that they were looking for a level network area coordinator. And when you read the job listing, it is boring as fuck, because it basically sounds, it's very, you will have to work with our team and then make sure that the online elements work with the things from the level designers and this, and you have to do this, and there's a long list and blah, blah, blah. But basically it does state that there is going to be multiplayer and online elements to Cyberpunk 2. So, question here is, what do we think that's going to be? Do we think it's going to be something a bit like what we're going to see with the new Call of Duty, where the main campaign, you can have people join you and be characters and play it, and it's like an RPG where you'll get different elements and aspects from different people? Or do we think it's going to be certain elements that people will drop in and drop out of, or a completely different mode altogether?
I wouldn't mind some sort of co-op type of affair where you can both go for the city, both take part in the missions and the narrative. That'd be quite cool. I wouldn't be fussed about PvP in it. It's nothing I was like dying for in the first game. The first game was a very decent single player game. So I didn't think multiplayer would really do much for it. But if they're like really trying to make some multiplayer for this one, I think some sort of co-op mode would probably work the best. I mean, maybe they didn't tie it into the main narrative. Maybe they could have like separate stuff where you like getting involved in heists in Night City, a bit like say GTA Online style stuff.
Which I call just in there. Heists or whatever it's. Yeah. There you go. You're both of you two are on the same track. I think that could work actually if it's a separate mode, and you do stuff and you can go around Night City, assuming it's set in Night City. I don't know. This one might not even be set in that place, but it could be that you do different activities and things, and that could work. So that could be an element. Em, your thoughts?
Yeah. My main concern when I saw this was the direction that the Elder Scrolls went in. I wasn't a massive lover of the Elder Scrolls Online because it was a completely sort of different format.
Yeah.
However, I haven't played the first Cyberpunk because it was so broken on release. I've got friends who played it long after release. They really loved it. They really enjoyed it. However, I did watch the Cyberpunk anime, which has this whole heists. It's just funny that the word was brought up because it has got that whole team squad of people going in and doing jobs together. And it was only sort of looping that in that I actually think having some sort of multiplayer option where it's specific jobs could be really interesting. I think a drop in, drop out, but for me, it would have to be story based. Similar. Yeah. I know we've talked about Borderlands 4 today already, but similar to that sort of co-op story where you can play it solo, or you can have it as a group of people.
Yeah.
Just as long as it doesn't completely change genre, I think I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, I think there's options. It's just hopefully they will do it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We're going to have to wait a bloody long time for it before we even get it. And to be honest, we could be waiting. It might even come out before GTA 6. You never know. We'll have to see. Moving on to our final game of the night. This came out last Friday. It's part of, a part of a number of remasters that we're going to get. If I got that wrong, Dave, please do correct me. But this came out on Switch and PC. And this is Trails in the Sky, Chapter 1. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Go Falcom!
The airliner Lent has gone missing.
There will come a time when she has to choose her own path.
We gotta hurry and bring Dad back.
Estelle, look out!
It's not my style to just sit and wait.
There's no doubt that something is stirring.
There are forces in this world that your eyes cannot see.
Sure, watch out!
The shining new dawn of our beloved liberal is near at hand.
All right, Joshua, let's do this.
I thought you'd put up more of a fight.
Get your filthy hands away from Estelle!
As long as we're there to support one another, we can overcome anything. Orbital energy at 30% charge. Let me fight alongside you.
Reverberate!
Get him! You're done!
Go ahead and try to defeat me.
Don't ever underestimate a bracer.
There you go, folks. That is Trails in the Sky, Chapter 1, which is out on both the Switches, Switch and Switch 2, and PC as of last Friday. Some people loving it in chat, some people not. Dave said, I know that I didn't want this to be included in the show lineup. If I did not want this to be included in the show lineup, I would have never put it on the list of, 12 games that I sent Dave.
It was 12.
Yeah. If I didn't want it to be included in the lineup, I wouldn't have put it in the list. So there you go. I give everything a fair shout. We try and cover every genre as possible on the show, even if there's game genres that I don't like, because I'm not a fan of this genre. I'm saying that now. Doesn't mean I don't want it to be included in the show. So there you go. Dave says, I'm the RPG guy, and I'm not that fussed about this. Mag, you're a liar. You know how you had to include one. It's not true either. Mind you, did have a choice of another RPG that we have left out of the show tonight, didn't you? That was there, but we won't talk what that one was anyway. So, Dave, tell us about this one that was chosen by you.
Yeah, well, this is a remake of the very first game in this long-running saga. I think it's been going for quite a number of years now. Multiple story arcs have been taking place in it, so probably quite hard to get into if you didn't start at the very beginning. But at least now, remake, nice modern graphics to it. A good excuse to get in and get used to the story of the characters. This one looks all right from what I can see. It's a mix of turn-based and real-time combat, so you're not locked into one or the other. The game focuses on two characters who are sort of heading off through the kingdom to try and sort of increase their rank, but they get involved in various bits of political intrigue and stuff like that along the way. And going to have to save the kingdom, no doubt, as is usually the way in these JRPGs. Looks okay. Can't say it'd be one that I'll be rushing out to play because I'm not a huge JRPG fan. I've got plenty of other stuff I've got to get on with anyway. But yeah, I think people do like this series because it has been going for a long, long time. So probably a lot of people eager to get back and play the first one. May very well have forgotten what happened in it as well because it's been a number of years since it was originally out. So good chance to go back.
Okay. Em, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'd never heard of the series before because I'm similarly not a huge JRPG fan. And it was only sort of when I Googled it that I was like, oh, it actually is this really long-standing series with a really solid fan base. I didn't realise, though, until you mentioned it then, Dave, that it's a mixture of real-time and turn-based combat, which I think is really interesting so that you're not locked into one or the other. It's not particularly my cup of tea. I'm really not a huge JRPG person whatsoever, but it's a solid pre-existing game that they seem to have just remastered and brought out for people to revisit and relove. So yeah, looks okay.
Okay. Danka said it's been over 2 decades. 2004 was the first title. Flipping heck. There you go. Well, let's see what people are saying. People are getting scores in. Danka reckons he's hyped for this because he says he wants to get the next one. A 9 out of 10 for this one. C4 said Final Fantasy and Pokemon vibes. I'll pass. 4 out of 10. Dave Johnson said a 6.5. Gilvo said I'd say a 10, but realistically, I think it's going to be 8. Miss Fulu says I think it could be a 7. I know a few people who'd be tuned into this one. Dave then went 7, changed his mind to 6.5, changed his mind to 6, then went to 7.5, then went back to 8 and said one of these has got to be right. iQuail 7.5. Games Guru 6.5. Queeky said an easy 8.5. Good evening, Queeky. How were your hot dogs you were having yesterday, mate? He says, and I don't even know what game we speak of as usual because he's tuned in too late, bless him. Flame 8 out of 10. Dave says one of these days Mag is going to ban me from talking in chat. Maybe on our 250th show, just for a laugh. We do that. Celebrate the birthday and style. Did I ask you what score? I've lost track now. Did I ask?
No.
No, I haven't. We got that far.
You could.
It's all right. That's cool. There's been so many scores. And I've just been raided. So we'll just wait on that for a second. Queeky said, hot dogs yesterday. Insanely bonkers. I ate 4 of them. Thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi. I'm Mag, also known as Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. This is Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, where I'm joined by my co-host that knows most, Mr. Dave Jones. And our wonderful guest tonight, we are talking about the Trails in the Sky Chapter 1 remaster. I am Serial. How are you? Great to have you here. You were playing the new Silent Hill F, which we will be talking about on next week's show. Next week's show we'll be talking about, because that literally dropped today, didn't it? I think. Yeah, we'll be talking about on show. I know reviews did drop yesterday. But there's some reviews also drop, but we'll be talking about on next week's show. It's amazing. Yep, 5 a.m. today. I hope it is amazing. I look forward to playing it, but I ain't going to be playing it for 2 weeks because backlog. But there you go. Everyone who's joined in, this is our last game. You can guess the score of this game, even though you didn't see the trailer. Guess the score of the game. You may get a shout out. You never know. Yes, Dave Johnson. Maybe not. There you go. Right. So Al's going to be there for next week's interview. Right. Okay. What do you reckon this got then?
So I was going to go low, but seeing the people who are fans of the series in chat makes me think like it's just because I'm off base and I don't know the genre whatsoever. So I'm going to go for an 8.5, I think, for this.
Go for an 8.5. Okay. Dave, last one.
I'm going to try an 8.
Go for an 8. Okay. All right, folks. Last chance. Dave Johnson says my serious answer is 7.5. Appreciate that. He actually mistyped that. He didn't do it deliberately. He went, damn it, and he was 75. So this is Trails in the Sky Chapter 1, which came out last Friday on Switch, Switch 2, and PC. And One Handed Gamer is saying a 7 out of 10. If there are no more scores and this is your last chance to get a shout out, I can tell you this got on average, and I'm Serial says a 7. 8.5.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yes!
Well done, Em. Well done, Em.
Fair play.
This did get some high scores, as high as 9, but it also got a lot of 8s, and it kind of mixed it up. Dave, you didn't say 8.5. It was the only one that you did not say, and I was secretly sitting there trying not to laugh because then it would give it away what it was. Queeky didn't even see the trailer. Got it right. Well done, Queeky. Well done, buddy. There is Em's links. Go follow Em on everything and everyone else who's getting shout outs, right? So I was like, hang on. Em was right. That's the first time. That's the 4th one she got. 4th one. Dave's got 4.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm qualified.
50% of them right. There you go. And they've got 50% of them right. You put them again, it means they got 100% right.
Yep.
In weird mag logic. M killed it today. Indeed. Well done to everyone who got 8.5 and got that right. Let's go. So let's scroll on up. Yeah, 8.5 on that one. But yeah, it did. Some reviews gave it as high as 9s. So well done, Queeky. God, I'm trying to see. A lot of people said 8. A lot of people said 8. So they were close, but not so close. But well done. There you go. There you go. Well done, everyone. That is all our reviews. Going on to our final news story of the night. And I did say we were going to talk about this. So obviously with the success of Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater being revamped, semi-remade, remaster, kind of, which depending on which way you look at it. Interestingly enough, a form was leaked. Don't worry, it's nothing major. But obviously we've got the Tokyo Game Show this week. And obviously, Konami have got a big stand at the show. And lots of things are going to be revealed over the course of this week. So we get to see lots of new games. It's like one of the last big worldwide shows of the year. What's interesting, this form was leaked. And basically, it was a questionnaire, which basically stated that, you know, once you visited our booth and done the experience, whatever the experience is on the booth, because we don't know yet, you filled out a form. Now, most of it was standard questions. You know, what did you like about this? What do you like about that? But one question caught everyone's eye. And that question is, if you were to pick the next Metal Gear remake, which one of these would you want us to make? So Konami are actually asking their audience. And the options were Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear 4, Solid Guns of the Patriots, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, now one that Dave's been playing, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and then Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. So that's a lot. I think Revengeance. They didn't mention Revengeance, which is really bizarre. It's like a full remake where they changed nothing. It's almost perfect. Gotta be. So we want to know in the chat, which ones would you want to see and which ones on screen would you say? So let's have a look what chat say. Gotta be Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of Patriots. Pretty much the only one you can't get on PC. And Revengeance was Pete. Yeah, but Revengeance wasn't on the list, weirdly. There you go. Snake's got a lot of solids. Well, with his diet, can you blame him? I would prefer the timeline to be followed storyline-wise. But personally, number 1 should be done next. Yeah, because obviously the one we've just had is technically a prequel, even though it was the 3rd game, which confuses the shit out of everyone. But yeah, maybe do that. Don't do what fucking Ubisoft are doing. We're going to remaster Assassin's Creed 4, because that makes sense. I don't think Phantom Pain was great. Doesn't need to be remade. I also think it only came out, feels like a couple of years ago. I know it's probably nearly 10 years ago.
It is 10 years old, and it still looks really, really good, actually.
So,
I think the only thing you could do to improve that would be to probably finish it properly. Because I don't think it ever got a proper end to it. It was a bit rushed out.
Yeah.
So the story doesn't finish properly. That could probably do with being fixed if they were to ever try and remake it. But yeah, as it stands, that one still looks really good. You can play it on modern consoles, just buy Xbox One or the PS4 version.
Yeah.
Plays perfectly and still looks bloody good.
Yeah. Dave is also saying Metal Gear Solid 1. Say Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 are as one game, maybe. Then MGS. Not sure how some of the tricks would carry over, though. I mean, I thought Phantom Pain was amazing. Hello, Fury. Hello. And thoughts and prayers for Acid 1 and 2 and Pace Walker. No idea. I'm guessing those are other Metal Gear games. I've no idea. I'm not.
Yeah, they are. They're kind of classes like spin-offs.
Offshoots.
True canon.
See, Fury clearly.
Acid 1 and 2. Peace Walker is canon there.
Yeah. Oh, just reminded. See, I knew that one. Twin Snakes. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, well, that was the remake of Metal Gear Solid for the GameCube.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like. Think it tweaks some stuff, mess with like cutscenes and music and stuff like that, so people don't really remember it that fondly.
Okay, but then some people do. Ground Zero and Phantom Pain still look fine. No need to remake them. Memory card stuff, codec on back of CD case, etc. I rebought Phantom Pain for PS4 to play on the PS5 at some point. It cost me £4, and it's a game I could put 100 hours into. There you go. Acid were like card games. If you hold up the guards in MGS3, they gave you codes for things. So there you go. So I did not know that. All right, then. Starting with Dave, then. What do you reckon? Which one? What should they do next?
I mean, if they're going to carry on chronologically, the timeline, it would have to be, I think, Portable Ops from the PSP era, followed by like Peace Walker from PS Vita.
Okay, yeah.
That's you got to follow it chronologically, but I would think most people would want to go for like the the bigger, more well-known ones. You'd think really Metal Gear Solid from the PlayStation.
Yeah,
that obviously looks a little bit rough these days. You can just play it on the modern stuff. It's on the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, which you can get for the modern consoles. But it still looks like a PS1 game. So that would look good if you brought it to modern standards. But some bits of it might feel a little bit dated because it was a top-down camera.
Okay,
missing a lot of the control stuff that got added into later games, so it might feel a bit dated that way. And if they try to modernize it with, like, say, a new third-person camera, it might end up making it feel a bit too different.
Okay,
so it would be interesting to see what they would do with that one, because at least with Snake Eater, that did have a third-person camera in, because they added that in after its initial release. So that's still felt okay, but the older ones, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. If you change those too much with modern stuff, it might not feel the same. Okay. It's interesting to see what they do, though.
Okay. All right. VR missions from the PS1. God, people are putting random ones. You're supposed to be going for the ones on the list I read out, not all the random ones I've got no idea what they are.
Oh, the VR missions were part of Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, were they? Oh, God. Right. Okay, fair enough.
So you don't know your Metal Gear Solid history, do you? You need to play more.
I don't know jack shit. The first one I played was the one I played 2 weeks ago. I haven't played any of it. But actually, no. I did play Ground Zero. I did play that because there was... Yeah, I did play that. But well, to be fair, 3 was top-down, which they adapted.
It was to begin with, and they added the third person for the Subsistence re-release on PS2.
Ooh, now this I like. They could pull a Lara Croft where you can swap the graphics from old to new in the game. Yeah, with the Tomb Raider remasters.
They could.
Good
Halo
idea.
did well, didn't they?
Yeah.
The Master Chief Collection. I like that.
Yeah. Good idea. I like that.
This is the least qualified part of me being here because I've never played a single Metal Gear Solid game. However, my thoughts on this are if a game came out on the last generation, like Xbox One, PS4, I don't think it needs to even be considered to be being remastered yet. Especially because I remember the big thing with Ground Zero and Phantom Pain were like the cutscenes and how they were phenomenal and also very bloody long. But if they were fantastic then, I completely trust that they're still fine now. I think just for me, I find it really difficult that games are being remastered and remade, but not in a sensible either chronological story order or chronological release order. So I would say like MGS1, but like I said, I have no idea about the story. I just about know who Solid Snake is, mostly from Super Smash Bros. So absolutely clueless on this one.
That's fair. Fury says, get Konami to make Splinter Cell, seeing as Ubi just want to make anime movies with the license. The Metal Gear Solid timeline is so fucking confusing. I'm not surprised Mag never got into it. You need to I ain't got a clue. It's a same M. There you go. But well, at least Konami are basically, I think it's quite cool they're actually asking their audience to say, well, what do you want us to do next? But there is an element of, are they trying to just cling on to Kojima's legacy when Kojima just dropped a trailer today for one of his 2 new games? In fact, he dropped 2 trailers, one for his PlayStation game, one for the Xbox game. The Xbox One looks fine, I must say.
Oh, I watched that one. That does look fucking creepy. That does.
I like the look of that. I could see me playing that and shitting myself live on stream when I play that one. I think that's going to be the what was it? Was it OD?
OD.
Yeah, I think this is going to be his new kind of. I know it's different, but it's going to be his kind of OD thing that he wanted. So, because there's elements of that are kind of like that in there. So, especially with the weird baby candles. There was also a little Death Stranding nod. I noticed one of the babies was shaped like the way the Death Stranding, which I thought was interesting. So there you go. Anyway, folks, that is it for this week. That is our show. Thank you so much for being here. We have a wonderful round of applause for our wonderful guest this week, which is wonderful Em3012ttv.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed it. See, was that nice and easy?
Yeah, they're just chatting. It's lovely.
It's easy. Thank you so much for being here. Can we have Em's links all dropped in chat? If you're not following her, please click all the links. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. Go follow her on everything. Be greatly appreciated. Again, thank you to Dave, as always, for being our co-host.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Thank you for being here. Next week's show, we've got someone who was in chat in YouTube. We've got another first-timer on the show. Also, was another person that was at Timeless, just like Em. We have got the wonderful Brian from the UK Gaming Network. It'll be his first time on the show. He will be our guest next week. And we will have 8 more new games for you because there's about 16 we've got to pick. But I can guarantee we will be talking about Silent Hill F and the brand new Sonic the Hedgehog racing game because the reviews were dropping yesterday and today. So that is happening, right? Those definitely going to be in the mix with a load of other stuff. Whether we talk about Baby Steps, which is also out today, which I will be playing next week, or I think Hades 2 finally lands, but it's on Switch. We'll have to see what reviews drop when, but we'll be back with another show. Live music at Timeless with Mags on keyboard and vocals. God, no, you don't want to hear me sing. Jesus. I never have any voice left at the end of Timeless anyway. iQual says, I'm enjoying the new Sonic Racing. I'm without spoiling anything, I'm hearing good things. I want more Mags Just Dance. Maybe wait till November. That's all I'm saying.
Careful what you wish for.
All I'm saying. It's going to be a first for this channel. Possibly. Also might be a last. Just saying.
Gonna get you cancelled, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, get me cancelled.
You've had a good innings though, so
yeah. Be on stage with Emsy. There you go. Early Christmas present for chat. Possibly. We'll see. Also might be an early Halloween horror present for some people as well. Or late horror present, I should say. Mag dancing is what finally finishes Dave. In terms of sort of everyone getting finished off, thank you so much to the wonderful chat. Thank you to everyone who's been in the chat on YouTube, to chat on Twitch. Thank you to everyone for the amazing raids. I'm Sarah Al, Andrew, Supernova. Thank you for the follow, W1784. Thank you for the sub, Andrew. Greatly appreciate it. You lot have been amazing. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to Mr. Johnson for, I'd say, keeping the peace, but I'd be lying, for keeping the chaos going. Sonic Racing is amazing. All I'm saying is it's not at MCR meetups in December. I'm going to crash out. I mean, I was also considering it for the on our exhibition stand-up format because we're also going to have Mario Kart World. I didn't know if that was too much racing, but can you have too many racing games? I don't know. We shall see. Simran was asking me what games we're going to have on our stand. So if you are coming to format, we are. I'm going to quickly plug this because Simran's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks because we're plugging format. I am going to be at the industry event on the Wednesday for format. So if you're at the industry event, come and say hi. We are exhibiting at the main format event, right? Because there's going to be something announced at format, Timeless related, okay? And then obviously we are co-hosting and running and organising the after party, which is going to be held in the venue that we ran Timeless. Well, half of the venue, which is obviously in Arcane's, in the Arcane's cocktail bar. So there's going to be some stuff there, but there will be some special announcements for you Timeless fans. So come up to the booth, play some new games, and you can find out what that announcement is. Because Dave, Jesse, and me have been very hard at work. You wouldn't think it. It's been 5 weeks since Timeless. But a lot has happened in that 5 weeks. I can tell you that. Em and I have been training since Timeless. By that, I mean that was the last time we played. There you go. Time for me to keep on watching Monster, the Story of Lyle Eric Mendez, and eat some more candy. Enjoy. I've heard good things about that. I've not seen it. One Handy Gamer has been practicing. one-handed games in a running. Will Simran's piano be back too? Hopefully. And probably his Jordans as well. We'll have him back with his Jordans and his piano, as we expect. So that's it for us. Thank you so much. I am back tomorrow playing this, Uncle Randy's game. We're playing Borderlands 4 on the show tomorrow, but we'll be back with another TNGC at 9 p.m. next week. Let's go see who we can raid. Over on YouTube, obviously, it will just end because... Fuck, I don't know. You can't do a raid on YouTube. But we're going to take our audience, our wonderful audience, over to someone on Twitch. Let's just see who's on. And this actually loaded up quick this time. I am going to... God, fucking hell, there's a lot of people on. There's a lot of people on. Unless there's anyone specifically that you would like us to raid. Otherwise, I'll pick someone. I don't think there's anyone on the list.
Nobody particularly jumped out, to be fair. I just had a quick nosy there.
Okay, no worries. And oh god, that's so we raided him last week, so I don't want to raid him. No offense. And we raided her last week. I think, and we raided him. I'll tell you what. Someone. I bet if he's not playing this, I'll be laughing. There's someone else who was at Timeless who's very competitive. Potentially could be one-handed gamer's arch nemesis. This is Faz. What's Faz playing? Faz is playing
Sonic Racing.
The new Sonic game. This is perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. So let's go raid Faz. He'll love this. That's going to happen. If you want to go see the new Sonic Racing game, I will be playing that in 2 weeks' time as well. I can confirm that. That same week, I'll also be playing Silent Hill F. Just got other games to fit in before that. Thank you so much, everyone. You lot have been awesome. Hopefully that raid has started. Yes, it has. That will go over when the end credits have rolled. And all that leaves for me to say as I drop the link, if I can drop the link, if it's going to let me, into both chats, so even if people in YouTube want to do that. Faz, let's go, my rival. But amazing friend. Yes. Thank you so much. All I say is, from all of us here, wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening. And we shall see you back for another TNGC next week. Or you can see me playing Borderlands 4 at 8:30 tomorrow on TikTok and Twitch. Let's do that awkward thing where we wave before we go. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.